116 Hotline. It's Sadie.
And Satana, and welcome back to 116 Hotline. If this is your first time here, hello. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. And today we have a special guest. Sadie, do you want to introduce our guest?
Yes. We have Chaz here, and he's a good friend of mine. We've actually known each other for almost more than that.
Dude,
probably.
at least 10.
At least 10, almost a decade.
Yeah, because I met you, you're senior.
You were still in high school. Yeah, you were a junior.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
it's been almost a decade, actually. So
that is a decade. We're old, Sadie.
Yes, we are, dude. Yeah. Yes, we are. But, I mean, we've been talking about this forever, and here we are. And we're going to dive right into it. And you go ahead and introduce yourself. What do you do? Yes. Where are you from?
Yeah, my name is Chaz Thunderwolf Stevens. I'm local artist here in Tulsa, primarily focused in comedy and music. I just enjoy being a Tulsan, enjoy being part of an awesome community, and super happy to finally get to hang out with the 116. This is like, ooh. I remember seeing you all when y'all first started, so like, to be here now, yeah, super cool.
Well, thank you for your government name. Everybody go Google him right now.
And Thunderwolf, yeah, Thunderwolf is spelled without an L. Actually, funny enough, I don't think a lot of people know, but Chaz isn't my first name.
Really?
No.
For real? What's your first name?
I'm not saying. No, it's a bad first name.
I'm not saying.
It's not a fun first name.
I feel like it would be Steven, like S-T-E-P-H.
It is Steven.
Stevens is my last name.
Oh, it is your last name.
Is it really?
You're close, yeah, wow. Yeah.
With the P, right?
That's with the P, the better way. The perfect
better way.
Yeah, people who spell it with the V just couldn't do phonics. Yeah.
Stuffin'. So where did Thunderwolf come from?
That's your middle name?
That's my nickname. I might legally change it one day. Makes some things a lot easier, paper-wise.
I've always wondered. I was like, where did he get Thunderwolf from?
So the name came from my original rap name in high school was Charlie the Kid.
Ooh.
And people
I remember that.
It was way too corny. And I was like, okay, I got to come up with something else. It is now. Like, if I'm 30 and I go by Charlie the Kid.
Okay.
It doesn't have longevity.
You're right.
So I was like, okay, I got to come up with something else. And my uncle's nickname when he was a professional cowboy was the Apache Kid.
The Apache part, yes.
Lived on Apache Street.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's pretty badass. So I was like the Apache Kid. And then I was like, well, that's his thing. So I need my own thing. And one day I was listening to Movin' by Young Thug. I don't know if y'all remember that song. It's like, we moving. Uh-huh. But when he said his name, he was like, Thugger, baby. And I didn't know he said Thugger. I thought he said Thunder. And I was like, oh, that's tough as fuck. So I was like, Thunder, like Thundercats. And then I was like, okay, Apache Thunder. And I was like, man, I gotta have something else with it. Like, gotta be an animal. So I was like, why not wolf? It's my favorite animal. So I was like, boom, Apache Thunder Wolf.
Hey.
And I ended up dropping the L out of wolf.
Okay.
Because you don't want your name to carry an L.
Right.
Right. Only dubs, as the kids say, dubs in the chat. So we took the L off, and it's Thunder. People will say Thunder Wolf, Thunder whatever. It's Thunder Wolf. So yeah, that is the origin of how Thunder Wolf. And I will tell you, the next day when I got to, because that was my junior year of high school, the next day I got to school after I changed my Instagram handle to Apache Thunderwolf. Dude, people, yo, how you come up with that? Yo, you gotta give me a nickname. And one dude was like, yo, I need a nickname. And I was like, Cherokee Lightning Dog. And he was like, yo, that doesn't work as well.
It doesn't flow.
So yeah, so that's how. So I've had Apache Thunderwolf as my Instagram handle since junior year of high school.
Literally since then. I've always I knew the word Apache because on the street. So in Tulsa, I was like, okay, so does he live in Apache? And then so I figured you did, and I was like, okay, where did Thunderwolf come from? I've always wondered, and I've been meaning to ask you.
Yeah.
Wait, so is it still your username right now?
It still is, and the only reason I've never changed it to just Thunderwolf on there is because my name still has the the underline space or whatever.
Okay.
So
the underscore.
The underscore.
Yeah.
And you can't put underscores on new Instagram names.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So I'm grandfathered in with my underscores. So I was like, I'm not gonna change it because I want to keep my underscore. That way the kids know who was an OG Instagrammer.
What? I did not know that you can't put underscores. That's
weird. I didn't know.
Interesting.
Because I made a new one, and if you can, I have no clue, but I haven't seen anyone with an underscore in their name in a minute. And so like when I made an Instagram account for like my little like cartoon character, I tried to do underscores and it wouldn't let me, and I was like, huh. So I want people to know I had Instagram before Facebook brought
it changed.
Right. Before it became part of Meta. That's the OG I am.
Literally OG.
Yes.
OG for
Remember
real.
when it was a brown camera for the app?
Yep, I sure do.
with
That's
the
the
little rainbow.
original.
Yep.
That was like literally what, 2015, 2016?
13.
That was like when it
Was it
first came out,
2013?
right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah, because that
like-
was my senior year. Yes. Holy shit, that was a long time ago.
Okay, so you said in high school you used to be a rapper. Do you still rap?
Yeah.
He started off as that.
Yeah, I started off rapping, and then I kind of like didn't find it as fun because it was harder to navigate for me when I was like 18, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. Like I dropped a mixtape, and it was cool. It's called the Community College Dropout. Funny fact, the guy I told you about off screen was my friend Colin.
Okay.
Who's from Owasso.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he lives on I think his parents lived like off of like 96, I think. So I used to go to Owasso every day for like a whole month.
Oh, wow.
And that's where I recorded my first
How'd you
mixtape.
meet him? Through college?
Yeah, we were on the TCC speech and debate team.
Oh.
And so,
Oh my goodness.
Was that your phone?
Yes.
Oh, it keeps scaring me. I thought it was your mic.
oh no. So so that's how I made my first mixtape back then. That would have been 2015. And we had homies who we recorded some music in high school, but we were so silly.
I know. I was like, dude, your little friend group, weren't y'all all like into that?
We
whole
were.
little rap
Yeah,
thing?
shout out Domo. Yeah, that was
Domo,
one.
I remember that.
Oh man, Sadie's gonna bring up memories.
Dude,
man.
obviously, from your little friend group, Jalen,
Jalen, yeah.
Farron, my boy Farron, dude. Oh my gosh, doing good now. He's got like 2 kids or one?
Just one. Ooh, thank God. Yeah, no, Farron's doing good. He's Caroline. He's in the army. Well, he got out the army, so yeah, I talked to him about a month ago. Yeah. Farron talks to my mom more than he talks to me.
What?
Yeah, him and my mom, like they converse like text message.
Okay, I love
He'll
that.
call her. Like, yeah, that's his. My mom is like his aunt. Like he calls her auntie.
Oh, that's cute.
Y'all still close. I love that.
Love that man.
The other one that went to the military. Hang on, don't tell me his name. He's a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
Had a buzz cut.
Yep.
Kind of light. No, he's not. He's not
Probably
even
my
light.
complexion.
Yeah, your complexion. Shoot, you know who I'm talking about though.
Yeah. I
What
just
does it
wanted
start
you to
with?
figure out. A C. Also does comedy.
He does comedy because he was at your comedy show that one time too. Is there the C?
It does. Both of his names start with a C.
What's the next letter?
E.
Cedric? No. Citro? No.
You're on the right path though.
Cepeda.
Cepeda. We got there.
Cepeda.
Yeah, Cepeda.
You remember me? Cepeda. That's a unique name.
That is very
is.
unique.
He's,
He was hilarious too. He was so funny.
He's named after a baseball player.
Really?
Yeah, it's a Puerto Rican baseball player from the Cardinals back in the day named. I think his name was pronounced like Cepedas or something like that. But yeah, he's actually a junior. His dad's name was also Cepeda.
Okay.
So yeah, very cool name. His last name is Cheeks. Cepeda Cheeks.
Cheeks, yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the middle.
Okay,
You like that
Cepeda
one?
cheeks,
Yeah,
yeah.
you like cheeks.
Yeah.
Did he put that in his comedy? Like in his
He
last
has.
name?
He does
I
have
can
some
see
funny
that.
bits. He has some good bits about having the last name Cheeks and thinking about getting married and someone having to have his last name. It's hilarious. I love that bit.
Mrs. Cheeks, Mr.
Mrs.
Cheeks,
Yeah.
bro. Those kids will go wild.
Oh, yeah.
When he was in the army, I texted him one day because this is back when Twitter was cool, and I texted him and was like, "Yo, you should change your Twitter name to Drill Cheek Sergeant."
That's...
Oh hell,
It works.
no.
It works.
Drill Cheeks.
He thought that was hilarious, and he was like, the thing is, back in the army, you can't claim a different rank than what you are, or you'll get in trouble.
Oh, really?
So if he would have put drill sergeant and someone would have actually referred to him as a drill sergeant, he could have got in trouble. So he was like, when I get out, I might change it. So yeah, shout out to the drill cheek sergeant.
That's funny, man. Sorry, we just started throwing about like you said throwback because that's literally when I met them. They were kids. I really just imagine.
I know. I'm like, Sadie, you guys are only like a year apart.
Exactly.
I know,
bro.
but then, literally, because he went to school with Paku, and Paku introduced me to him and their whole little group friend, and they were like a group of funny ass kids.
Do you remember the night we stole Jalen's car?
You really?
You were with us.
Did?
Remember
are
we
you
were
talking
at
about,
Sam's Club?
Was it Sam's Club?
We went to Sam's Club, and he was messing with you and Paku in your car. And me
y'all
and Farron
took his
stole
car?
his car and drove to the mall. and you had to drive him to the mall to come find his car.
I don't recall that. Are you sure it was me?
Absolutely, yes.
She's blocking that memory for a reason.
I don't
y'all.
remember. The very first time I met y'all was whenever we went to Rayma.
Okay, yeah,
Remember? Because
yeah.
Paku was like, at the time, she was, trying
to flirt.
little high school, kitty
Yeah.
shit. So Paku was like, hey, I need you to go with me and some guy friends to Rayma. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, cool. So I went with them, and I swear the entire freaking time, my cousin and their little friend Jalen was walking in the front, and I was back here with freaking Chaz and Farron, and these two hoodlums were fucking like throwing, like, telling me jokes back to like right and left, and I was like, cracking up. I just remember cracking the fuck up. I was like, oh my god, these kids are freaking hilarious.
These
and
kids, girl, they're
and I remember walking in because I knew they were her age. I was like, all right, let me go be your chaperone. Let me go be the little chaperone for these kids.
That's crazy.
That's a year younger.
That's so
That's a year
crazy.
younger. But then I just remember these kids were freaking hilarious, and then we clicked like that. And then ever since then, sometimes we'll go hang out at the mall, and we'll go and eat out, and then it was just high school stuff. It was fun.
I think my favorite thing was I don't think we knew Paku's name was Paku because
Y'all knew her as Menorah. Yeah.
And so
her
when
name.
you said Paku,
They all-
we took off with that so fast, bro. We were like Paku.
They were calling her wrong name at school and shit, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know."
She's like, Sadie, look what you did.
No, for real.
Yeah, bro.
So,
Yeah, Paku was good.
good
Shout out
time.
Paku.
Shout out Paku, man. Shout out Paku.
Oh man.
Good times, good times. So, how did you started getting into comedy? Like, when was the time when you shifted? I know you said that rap was just you didn't really enjoy it as much anymore, or when was?
Am I gonna look bad if I wipe my nose? I feel like
No,
okay. I don't want to.
we do it all the time.
I'm professional. Okay.
I'm gonna leave that in. No, just kidding.
That's fine.
I've been
that's fine.
coughing on here, and she leaves it in. I was like, cut it out, and she's like, nope.
To answer your question, so I did speech and debate in high school and in
Yes.
college. And I did an event called After Dinner Speech. And the event is you write a speech about a problem that exists in the world, but you have to add jokes to the speech. So that was my introduction to joke writing, was
Okay.
for competition. So my speech was about racism in the porn industry. And I was like, oh, I can make tons of jokes about this. And so I competed. I did pretty well. And there was a guy who was from Kansas. His name is Logan Stacer. He's also a stand-up and an actor and back up in Kansas City. And Logan was like, have you ever thought about doing stand-up? I was like, no, like never. He was like, when you get back to Tulsa, go try out an open mic. So I said, all right, yeah, sure. So I think I got on Facebook and I just typed in like Tulsa open mics and saw one and I said, okay, sure. And that day was actually really chaotic. I was actually in Norman the day of the first open mic I went to. And I was driving back with some friends and it rained that day and my truck broke down. And we were at the Yokozuna out south, which is the bad one. So we go to Yokozuna South and like my truck breaks down. And it's like this little lever that's under the truck that has to be put in like this little hole. And that's all it took. So I put that in the little hole, truck starts right up. But my pants had got wet from being on the ground. Like I looked like a hot mess.
Oh, dang.
But I had already told people I was going to go to this open mic. And I had people showing up. So they recorded. I have a video of it. It's me with my jeans rolled like all the way up to my calves. And I was like, maybe this could be a fashion statement. It was not. And they're like rolled up and I'm telling my jokes. But after that, I was like, oh, this is fun. And at first, I thought I was 21 when I did it because you had to be 21 to get into the club. I was apparently 20. Like
Really?
like it was September of 2016. My birthday's in November. So
Okay.
I did not remember, but apparently I lied to get into the comedy club.
To be a performer?
Yeah, so they let me go in and I went up there I think 3 times and it was the Comedy Parlor downtown and I didn't like comedy. I like telling jokes.
Right.
I didn't like the other comedians because like I would come out and I was so much younger than them. None of them spoke to me. And I remember like I'd come out of the club and I'm like, people are clapping, like people love me. And then like it's like 4 old guys and like an old lady smoking cigarettes. And they're like, they would like look at me and then just like not acknowledge me at all. And I was like, oh, I don't really rock with comedy like that.
Yeah.
So I would like go to like some of the open mics for like the one they have at the coffee house. Can I say the name on here? I don't want to be canceled. The Gypsy,
Wait, why would you?
Why would it be canceled?
You guys know that's a slur, right?
The gypsy?
Yeah, it's a slur for Romanian people.
Oh, I have not heard of
know
that.
Yeah, stay woke.
No, I know I'm not chronically online, so I don't.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
damn.
No, I never knew
I've not
that.
heard of that.
Yeah,
I've not heard of
yeah.
that. Okay, the more you know.
The more you, I don't know if y'all do graphics.
Yeah,
the more
the
you know.
more you know.
Yeah.
Well, respectfully, obviously,
Yeah.
no intention.
Respectfully, yeah. Shout out to the Romanians. But yeah, so I did like open mics there. They had there was another bar called the Blackbird that used to have an open mic.
Okay.
But the problem was all the open mics back then, or they still are, they do mostly like music and poetry. So as a comedian,
Right.
you get up there, you tell your jokes, and one guy's like, ha! And the rest of the bar does not give a shit.
Right.
And you're just like, damn, am I bad at this? like I know I'm funny, so I kind of got used to performing in crowds that weren't used to comedy. And then, you kind of take a break. I got really serious into debate, especially in college.
Yeah.
And I kind of put comedy to the side. And then Cepeda, who we talked about earlier,
Yes.
he hit me up and he's like, yo, I'm going to go do this open mic. And I was like, okay. So I was like, I'll go support. And so I saw him do it, and I was like, oh, fuck, I missed this. So I go up and I ask, can I jump on this open mic? And they were like, yeah. And after that day, I was like, oh, yeah, I want to take this more serious.
Dang.
Yeah, so
what a journey.
So do you do it full time?
No, I mean, I think I do it, I guess, because my definition of full time is like me going to the clubs, me like doing constant post on the gram, that kind of like, I don't even have a TikTok.
Like pitching yourself?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so I wouldn't say that I'm full time, but I mean, like, I do like 5 shows a month,
That's a good amount.
That is a good amount.
Why aren't you promoting yourself more?
I think, because, and I love this question, I actually do. So for me, I'm just not like you said earlier, I'm not chronically on like line.
Right.
Like I'm on Instagram and everything, and like I go through my reels. But as far as like posting a whole bunch, or even being part of like the social, reels, all that kind of stuff, it's just not my thing. And I think because I have old parents. Like my dad is 70, my mom is 65. I didn't send my first email till I was 17.
Really?
Yeah, shit, no. I didn't get my first computer till I was till I was 17.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I did speech and debate, so like, if I had to use a computer, I had to go to the library. So I'd be in the library for hours. And my mom had one, but it was like hers, so it was like I was gonna like steal her laptop to do stuff. So yeah, I just didn't grow up with like technology. I lived on a horse ranch, so I didn't play a lot of video games as a kid. I was outside. I'm a very analog child. So I think that has like transferred into how I approach social media. And my dad told me this years ago when he had a lawn service. He always said that the best businesses are the ones that don't have to promote, because people will talk about how good your business is.
That's true.
And
that's right.
For me, this is just my little hidden gem. Is like that's how I've approached my like way of promoting myself. Like people will reach out to me and be like, "Hey, we heard about you through so and so. We heard you're really cool to work with. We want to do this." And I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah!" So I think it's more of like I would rather like my art. Cause like, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see. Yeah, like my art, on my Instagram, you'll see like I post my comedy flyers and stuff, but you don't see a lot of like my stand-up is reels, because I care more about the live performance than I do someone being like, oh, have you seen this joke, and send that joke, and then you come to a show, you heard the joke.
Yeah,
that's true.
So
that's a good point.
That's my approach. A lot of people would say it's probably not the best approach. That's fine. I don't really care. But for me, it's like if I'm giving out a good product, it'll take me to places I want to go.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so
that's a good point.
That's just me. So I hope that answers. Sorry, I give very long-winded answers.
You're good. But I think you can also. I mean, this is just social media brain talking, but I think you can also promote yourself. I mean, in a way where you're not giving like your jokes and like promoting yourself, if that makes sense.
No,
you know, like
not giving too much away.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's something that like I want to work on more this year. And like I worked on it last year, is like building my branding and stuff like that. I think my goal for this year is to just make it as interactive as possible.
Yeah, I love that.
Like I don't know if y'all know, I do like a little cartoon character. I have like a little mini comic series I do with him named Red Ronnie, and he's like a little superhero guy I made. And so I use him to kind of promote shows, and people interact with like.
I love that.
I've seen it, yeah.
I love
I've
little
seen those.
mascots.
Yeah, he's my little guy.
That's cute. See?
You draw it out too? Like it's your art?
I do. Yeah.
That's cool.
I do it all on my phone.
You do?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like Microsoft Paint, but sophisticated. So.
I love Microsoft Paint. Oh, that takes me back to the days.
Paint, dude. That's like so nostalgic. Like like what age we are by the way how we talk
I
about
can't
it.
tell because you keep calling me kid.
I know. I'm like,
Okay,
Sadie,
fine.
he's only a year
We're all-
younger than you. Like,
2 now. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Oh, you're 30. Okay.
See?
I'm not.
okay, you literally just turned 31
I'm
today.
31.
Literally.
See what I mean, bro?
I'm actually 31 today, right now.
I know. I was like, why do you keep saying kid? I'm like, these are
I
literally
just
the
talk
same
like
age.
that all the time. I would just think of myself like, if you're a week younger than me, you're a kid to me. And it's crazy because Brian hates that. He's like 2 years younger than me.
But you're like 7 months older than
I know.
That's only 7
All right,
months.
close enough, I guess. You can stay at my table, I guess. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you, Sadie.
I'm just kidding. So I want to dive into, you talked about debate, and I remember you talking about that. You went to college for debate as well.
Yeah.
What got you into that? Like since high school?
So yeah, when I started speech and debate, was my first year was in 7th grade. And just to give you all some background, because I know I'm a real cool guy, I seem chill. Middle school Chaz was down to fight. I love to fight. Yeah, I grew up in cowboy culture, and that's one of those things where it's like you gotta be tough, Like,
Yeah.
Right.
My dad's saying to me was, if you get bucked off a horse, why are you worried? And you'd be like, what? Because I got bucked off. He's like, yeah, but the ground caught you. So like you always have to grow up tough. So in like middle school, I was the kind of kid that if you just said something kind of slick and it was just slick enough, I'm like, oh yeah.
Ready to throw hands
Just,
at?
I wasn't like a talker. I didn't bark. It was just like, all right. Bow. And just like hit the shit out. Okay, we cuss? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Yeah, hit the shit out of kids. So in middle school, between 6th and 8th grade, I was suspended 8 times.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
8 times?
Easy. I got kicked off the bus like the first week of 8th grade.
I didn't
My
know that. I didn't know
goodness.
this part about you.
Yeah, I'm like I said, reformed.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I used to fight a lot. So when I got to 8th grade, we'll go with 7th grade. 7th grade, I was in a speech class, really enjoyed it. My friend Matt Stevenson was like, join speech, we don't do shit in there. And I was like, okay. Joined it, end up enjoying the hell out of the class. And I was like, oh, why do you guys not do this?
Yeah, right.
It's so fun. So then, so 8th grade, so the end of 7th grade, I got into a fight like the last month of school. And I got kicked out of school for the last 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So I don't remember, like, my mom, I think, picked out my schedule for 8th grade. And she did speech and debate when she was in high school.
Okay.
So
it's also
8th grade, I walk into class, they're like, welcome to speech and debate. I was like, I can sign up for this, And I think I got hooked, like, immediately in 8th grade. And my principal told me, was like, he said, if you get into fights, you can't do speech and debate. And I was like, oh, like I almost missed my first tournament because I fought a kid on the bus.
Wow.
And he was my next door neighbor too. Like we had to walk, like we got off the bus, had to walk the same route. We lived in an apartment complex, so his room bordered my room. I don't know what the purpose of me whooping his ass was about. So I was like, oh, I like speech and debate more than getting suspended, more than fighting. And my grandma had asked me, she said, will you promise me not to fight anymore? And I said, yeah, grandma, I got you. So I stopped fighting and started doing debate, did it throughout high school, made it to state 2 times. And then when I got to TCC, they had free scholarships or a free tuition waiver for students. So instead of having to worry about Tulsa Achieves, we had to do volunteer hours or stuff.
Yeah.
I just went and just competed.
Oh,
so
wow. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, all my
Okay.
tuition was paid for at TCC.
Shoot.
And then
That's interesting.
I kind of took time in between classes, like I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna take the semester off, work, save some money, then go back. And so I kind of did that. So I kind of competed technically for almost 4 years, it feels like. It's way too long. But I did almost every spring semester. Just consecutively, and then the pandemic hit when I was like, oh, I'll go back to school, and then I was like, maybe I'll go back one day. But yeah, college debate was my favorite. We traveled all across the country. Idaho, Tennessee, Virginia a few times. So it was the coolest thing is I'm 18 to 20 just traveling the country, or 18 to 21 just traveling the country, seeing what the world has to offer out there.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
so cool. Is it I mean, even college area, are there specific topics, or like is it like politics,
Yeah.
or like what is it
So-
more geared?
So it
towards?
kind of like goes back and forth. So like,
Okay.
there's multiple forms of debate, but like when you get to where I'd competed, we actually had what's called extemporaneous debate. So they would have like a topic of 6 different topics, and you and your opponent would have to agree.
To agree on.
And it's like you strike one, he strikes one, boom, and then you get to the last topic, and that's what you do. And you have 30 minutes to prep. And so you have to write
Oh, you
out.
also have prep time too.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
you have 30 minutes to prep out your entire case, and then boom, you got to run to your room across like this huge college campus and debate that person for the next like 20 to 30 minutes.
Like in front of an audience?
No,
Too?
normally
No.
it's a judge,
Oh,
like
the
just
judge.
one judge. And the only time you have a audience really in debate is when you make it to like the last round. So like, you know, you're in finals and people are like,
Okay.
oh, we want to see the best of the best compete. So
Okay.
by the time you get like, but you're like opening rounds, it's like you, your opponent, the judge, maybe one other person, maybe. But yeah, no, I think that's a big misconception when it comes
Yeah, that's
to,
because that's what I thought when you said debate. I was like, oh,
I've
okay,
always
so big
thought
stage.
in front of an audience.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge misconception about speech and debate is people think we debate in front of these like crowds.
Yeah.
Right.
And yes, there are instances where you do have that, but that's like you're at the nationals tournament
Yeah.
and it's the final round.
Yeah.
You know, we're about to see who's the best person in the country. Like that's that level. But for the most part, like a debate round could be just the 3 of us right now. And this whole
Yeah, we've watched too many movies.
Exactly. I was like,
I'm like,
just
come
get
on.
it from a movie. It's the
Hollywood.
point.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Well,
that's how I got it.
okay, so what was, I mean, I know you probably debated over a lot, but what would you say would be one of the most interesting topics that you've debated over?
Oh,
that's a
dude,
good
my
question.
favorite one is I'm trying to think because I don't know if I've told this story like in other interviews. If I have, I'm sorry, but this is my favorite one to tell. Did a tournament against we were in Springdale, Arkansas for a tournament. And we competed against this other team because there's multiple teams that come. Like the best way to compare speech and debate to a sport is like track and field.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
your team pulls up, but everyone has their own events.
Their own like specialty?
gotcha.
Right.
Okay,
So
okay,
like
yeah.
mine was debate. Then we had some people who did acting. Then we had some people who only did speeches. So like me as a debater, like I was like, you know, it's like really aggressive. Like I would say debate in track comparisons, like people who do like the 100 to the 200,
Okay.
like
Okay.
that. So I'm in debate, and we're competing in. There's a school from Northwest Arkansas or Northeast Arkansas, which is the more racist part of Arkansas. And I saw this guy debate against one of my teammates, and he was just like rude. I mean, just super rude to them. So we get the draw, and it's like another tournament. I look, and I'm like, oh, I'm going against this guy. So excited. So it's like the last tournament. It's the last round of the night. In debate tournaments, you got like in college, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Wow.
Dang. All day?
And yes, it is all day. Like we get to like, say we got
That's
to that
serious.
tournament at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, we wouldn't be done until like 7 or 8.
Oh, wow.
And then
Holy
have to
crap.
like wake up at like 8 o'clock the next morning.
Yeah.
Well, the first round would be at 8, so you're probably up at like 6, 7 o'clock, whatever.
serious.
Yeah, and it's the same way in high school. Like high school, the only difference is no Sunday. But yeah, like you're there all day, wake up early in the morning, you're back on it Saturday morning. So I see this guy, and it's like the last round of the tournament. It's like 9 o'clock at night, and we're wiped. But I'm excited to see him. And, so this is 2016, and it's like first semester, and looking at the list, and one of the topics is Kobe Bryant should retire. And Kobe Bryant is my favorite basketball player. So anything, everything about him, anything and everything about him, I know, right?
Okay.
So we get to that, and he goes, and like I said, the dude's arrogant. He's like, "You know anything about basketball?" And I was like,
You picked the right
"No."
guy.
I go, "No." He's like, touchdown, like Super Bowl, right? Like Super Bowl's about to like less than a few months. He's like, "I think we'll have more fun with basketball than talking about politics." I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, whatever." He's like, "Plus you got 30 minutes to prep, right?" I said, "Yeah, I guess you're right." So we go our separate ways. And one thing that I loved about Kobe Bryant is he said before he played in the finals one year to guard Allen Iverson, he watched a video of sharks hunting seals. And that's how he studied how to guard Allen Iverson.
Damn.
And then the next night,
That's a
he shut
legend.
down Allen Iverson when he guarded him in basketball. So before this debate round, I watched a video of wolves hunting bison.
Okay.
Remember when I said you have
Psychology.
like 30 minutes to prep, right?
Right.
I spent like 15 to 20 minutes of just watching wolves hunt animals.
Like, I can really set the mindset though,
yeah.
for
I was
real.
locked
Literally.
in. Oh, I was
He said
so
locked
locked
in.
in. So I used like the last like 10 to 15 minutes to write down some stats, and I was like, oh, we're good to go. So we get to the room, we debate, and I remember like my favorite visual was just he pulls out a handkerchief and he's like patting himself dry, and I had never seen, like, I've never made anyone else do it. I was like hoping before I stopped competing that I was like, I gotta make someone else do it. But he pulls it out and he's he's a short. He's what I call like what do they call, corn-fed white boy. So like, you know, wide, stout, but like short. Like you took a tall man and just squashed, right? So he's built like that, and then he starts like stuttering. So now he's like stuttering, stammering. So now it's like watching Porky Pig getting cooked on live. He's like, dum, 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 dum. So it's like the funniest bit. Because again, I didn't like this man, so I'm like, oh, I can be rude. So the round ends, the judge tells us who wins, which they normally don't do that, but I think she was like, because you can get critiques, but they can't tell you who won.
Right.
Oh,
And
okay.
so she goes through the list of her critiques for him, and then she gets to me and she goes, yeah, I think you did really well. And that was it. And I was like, oh, he's good. So we end the round, and you're supposed to shake hands, so we shake hands, and he's like, whew, man, you sure do know a lot about Kobe Bryant. And I go, yeah, man, we had 30 minutes to practice. Like, we had 30 minutes, right? So, yeah, that's my favorite round I think I've ever had. Yeah, for sure.
So do you guys go back and forth, or is it like you get a certain amount of time and then they get a certain amount of time to go?
Yeah, so you both get equal, and it depends format to format, but for the most part, all the formats, each team has its set amount of time. So like you might have 13 minutes, they have 13 minutes, but you might have like a 5-minute speech, while at one point they might only have a 3-minute speech. So like the time variation is different, and then the strategy comes into like, what do you say during this part of the debate, this part, and you know, like I said, the big misconception about debate is that it's an argument.
Yeah,
That's what that's immediately
that sounds
like
back
my
and
thought.
forth.
I'm like, do you guys, do they interrupt you while you're talking? Like, how does it, like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, there's like so much structure to debate, and there's like rules to it. Honestly, can I go ahead and just like side note? I want to say that this is already starting to become one of my favorite interviews. Because no one ever asked me enough about debate, and I love
I'm
talking
like, we don't know
about
anything
debate.
about it. And I'm like,
I've
that's
always-
cool.
I know. I've always been curious.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, comedy music, which I do love talking about those, but oh, when you get me into debate,
Well, it seems like you're very passionate about it.
yeah, man, I might unbutton a button. But yeah, so there's like structure to it, and there's not a big back and forth. Like the only time the two speakers actually interact with each other is only during a question period.
Really? Okay.
So the whole bit, and this is where again the misconception is, it's not about, and I tell this to kids that I coach, it's not about beating your opponent. It's about persuading the judge. Debate is more of like I think a better way for people to understand how debate works is to think of it more as like two sales pitches competing against each other.
Okay.
And you're just saying why your sales pitch is better than their sales pitch.
Is there any like adult debate leagues?
You know, I don't know, and I've heard rumors of them before, and I know like when I was in college, there was like a section called like senior debate, and it was for like people who either graduated like undergrad already or like in their like master's programs, and they would compete in like a separate thing. But I think an adult debate league would be really fun. I think the problem that would come along with it, and just like anything else, is like I think some people would be like and I'm saying this about the debate community itself. I love debate. Debate has a lot of people who think they're way smarter than other
I can see
I can see that.
Like the egos and everything.
Well, yeah, because
gonna
it's all about
definitely-
persuading, right? So you're like, no,
Exactly.
my take is better. My take is better.
Yeah, and so you kind of get into like, I think that would be like the downfall, is you would have so many people who are like, this is how it's supposed to be done, and I think it would be like way too disruptive. And I think, and I also think that at one point is like, and this is just me, is like, you gotta retire at one point.
Yeah, that's true.
I competed for 10 years, which is a long time for a lot of people. And not a lot of people get that opportunity. Like a lot of people do high school and that's it. So to be able to do it in high school and college, I think it was like perfect. So do I miss it? Absolutely. But I think it's way more rewarding to like see young kids do it, you know?
What a great skill to have.
Honestly,
Like that sounds like something
starting from high school, even like I mean, you know, like a speech, like public speaking, and just like doing the research and backing it up, like that is I don't know. That's a lot for a high school kid even. But then it'll build them, in their future. So I mean, look at this fella now.
See, because how does that reflect in your life, right? Because when you do comedy, you could you could find ties there, right? Because you got to think on your feet, you got to do the prep work, you got to be like, how am I going to persuade them with this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it really comes hand in hand.
how cool.
I think if it wasn't, I always tell people, this is why I said I really enjoy this talking about it. It's because if it wasn't for speech and debate, I really don't know where I'd be. Like, I think speech and debate truly saved my life in so many ways that being in 7th grade and my homeboy telling me take the class, didn't realize how impactful it would be, 20
how
years
big of an
down the
impact
line.
it would be.
Yeah, so for me, I think with comedy, especially with speech and debate, I think the first thing it teaches you is how to kind of like interact with people, right? For example, like, especially when it's competitive, like the guy I told you about, speech and debate taught me how to like deal with someone who's a bully, how to stand up for yourself. Like I've had rounds before where like I was like, yo, after this round, we can take this outside. Like there's no problem with it. Like it's whatever. Like for example, I had a partner who was trans in college, and we did partner debate for a tournament. And the other team kept misgendering my partner. And I was like, yo, like I stopped the round. I was like, yo, misgender my partner again. I don't give a fuck about this round. Like, and I'm saying this in front of the judge because one thing is I tell kids all the time, I would rather a judge told me that you were being rude and standing up for yourself than to say you won a ballot by being a coward. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like I told that other team that and they were like, well, we won, and I interrupted. I was like, no. Like, I'm telling you now, we're going to finish this round out. But you're gonna call my partner whatever my partner. I don't care if my partner was to get called frog. Respond to my partner what they asked to be called by. And so we end up winning that round, thank God. But for sure, I think that's one of those things that speech and debate teaches you is like how to use that voice and not be scared to use it.
Yeah, people skills.
Yeah, big help. It also helps in roast, like whenever like comedians have to do roast. I don't do a lot of roast. I really don't like doing them because I was so mean in middle school and high school that I'm trying to repent. But people will hit me up every now and then and ask me like, hey, can you do a roast for my birthday? And I'm like,
are you ready for it?
All right. So
let me go slide.
I go and I do like research-based roast.
Yeah.
So anything I can find about you, I will use it in said roast. And like a guy asked me to roast him for his birthday one year. And I went back to like 15 years worth of YouTube videos because he's a famous poet. So I went through like all of his like poetry and like his interviews, and I studied it for like a week or two to get enough to roast. And so like my favorite thing to roast somebody is to talk about something only they know about.
Oh yeah, like specific.
And it like hits them like
they're like, whoa.
Yeah. So
that's strategic.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. Like I did a roast of a fellow comedian, Bailey Gilmore, for her birthday last year. And I didn't want to like talk about like, most people go for appearance or say anything like that. I'm like, let's make it more fun. So I went through her Twitter and I just like went through all of her old tweets and just found some of the funniest ones that were like super dumb and just read her tweets out loud. And you never realize how humbling it is to hear tweets from like your like 20-something-year-old self. Go clear your Twitter.
Right?
That and Facebook status.
I deleted mine.
You deleted yours already?
Yes.
Smart.
Yeah.
Wipe it off. That's freaking hilarious.
So that's where speech and debate for sure.
Wow. Yeah, it comes in handy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
How cool. I want to see like a live.
I actually do too. I'm so interested in that. Like I feel like it would be cool to like watch a live a debate.
Fun fact, the Owasso High School, their tournament is actually coming up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you all have a pretty good team
Do they?
throughout the
You think
years.
so?
Yeah, like I think this year is pretty solid. I mean, I kind of root for my kids at Union for more than anything.
Right.
But yeah, I like the Owasso coach, really nice guy. Like I've been to y'all's high school like a lot. Over the years. I like the Ram. Yeah. One thing I like to do is I like to nut tap it.
Oh my gosh.
Because the statue, like, I don't know why they put such big nuts on the ram. So every year since like 9th grade, and this is me being an adult too, like coach and student, I'll walk by, nut tap the ram.
For good luck.
Yeah, that's my good luck draw.
That's
Oh
crazy.
man, so yeah, but if y'all want to come, like it's it's free. It's it's a competition, so it's no
Right.
big deal. So if y'all want to come watch around or something, the kids all have different topics, and you don't have to stay for the whole thing. But it's something just kind of cool to watch.
It is, especially from kids, to really, you can tell that how into they are in it, like for them to research and for them to have that confidence to just really speak up and like, I don't know, I think that's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's a cool way to like kind of get them out of their shell and like really build their future, like you said,
Yeah, no, it's like I haven't met too many debaters who don't have like good critical thinking skills.
That's what that's got to be a part of it, right? Like you got to have that.
I do want to go ahead and be honest. There are some dumb debaters. Like I don't want to say we're all smart.
Yeah.
We're not all big brain. Ted Cruz did speech and debate in college, so
I was literally just gonna ask you about speech and debate. That it seems like a lot of people would come from that and then go to the politician route.
I can see that. Is that kind of like?
I mean, you have to debate when you're trying to go against your opponent, anyways, right?
So with like speech and debate, it's funny enough because like there's a organization for like the high schools called the National Speech and Debate Association. When I was in high school, it used to be called the National Forensics League because forensics was the original name for like speech back in the day before our new like understanding of it.
Okay.
I'll tell you, a lot of kids will sign up for forensics and be like, where are the cadavers? Where are the bodies? And like, no,
CSI.
Right. I can't tell you how many kids, especially when you get to college. It's like forensics 1. It's like 10 kids in the class. And then like they're like, oh, this is what? And then like the next week is like 3 of us.
Nope.
So it's always the funniest thing. So so the National Speech and Debate League, they are Speech and Debate Association. They do like the big national tournament and they do all like the organization, but they really like to talk about who famous alum come from who were in the Speech and Debate Association. So some of the people like Oprah, Chadwick Boseman,
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Matter of fact, one of the coaches here in Broken Arrow competed against him at nationals in 1995. Yeah, in 1995, he was a champion of a certain event.
Dang. Wow.
So you have him. What's the guy who plays Olaf? I
know who you're talking about.
Josh. Is it?
I don't know.
The guy with the glasses.
Yeah, Josh
hair.
Gaff. Is it?
Yeah, it's Gaff. It's Gaff. Yeah.
So matter of fact, I'm sorry, I keep throwing these like little fun facts.
No, I love
That's
it.
what we do. That's what we
I'm
like
very
to
interested in debate. Like literally,
I know,
you're like
me too.
Oh, thank you.
This is so cool.
Much. Ooh, I'm so happy. Last year at the National Speech and Debate Association, Josh Gaff came.
Wow.
And he was like on a book tour, but he stopped in Iowa because that's where the headquarters is. And so he came through, and like the kids were gonna meet him. Sadly, we had somebody disrupt the tournament. This guy jumped on stage and it scared everyone, sent us into a panic. And you gotta protect
Wait,
yourself.
I seen that.
Yeah,
Really?
I seen that on Facebook.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I seen
it was
that.
a big
I
story.
didn't know that.
That was debate. Oh my god, I saw that.
Yeah, this
In
dude.
Iowa?
Yeah, he
Really?
jumped on stage and
Everybody got scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, no, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Can I
It's
tell-
connected.
That's
Can I tell y'all
crazy.
something really bad?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Tell us, brother.
I love the kids that I coach because the kids I coach are definitely like little mimics of myself. We weren't at the tournament because it's at this huge convention center.
Yes.
And so we weren't there, but like, we know kids from other teams and coaches from other teams were there and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And so my kids who were pretty much like, they lost. So like we're getting ice cream. And we're like chilling out because we eventually have to go back.
Yeah.
But like we didn't need to at that moment. So we're like chilling, eating ice cream in Iowa next to our hotel. And one of the kids was like, oh my God, there was a shooter at the tournament. And we didn't know all the details, which to go ahead and clear up, there was no shooter. Like the dude just did something goofy. And he like put a backpack on stage, made a joke, and that just scared everyone, which very understandable.
Because it was a backpack. Yeah, it looked scary. Yeah.
And so everyone was nervous. And so but at the time we thought it was like an active shooter thing.
Yeah.
My kids, again, we're all eating ice cream, start making jokes. And again, the comedian in me is like, oh guys, like we shouldn't be. And so for example, in speech and debate, when you like advance to the next round, we call it breaking. So like, oh, did you break to the next round? Yeah, I broke. Okay, cool. So now we're like making jokes like, guess who's not breaking today? Like
Bruh, I can't. Hey, dark humor, man.
Yeah, like I said, and my kids, and it's so funny because like my kids are talking about kids they've lost to because they didn't make it to the next round or whatever. So they're talking about, this is why that one girl who did it, and they're like talking about specific opponents, and I'm like, yo, guys, we gotta chill. And then it's like, kids at other schools that they're cool with, that they're like, oh man, I'm hoping so and so is okay. And then somebody who doesn't like that kid's like, I don't. And it's like, yo,
oh no,
they're being their kids. We'll let it slide.
Yeah, they're just being kids.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, kids nowadays, like their humor is so insane,
dude. It's ruthless. It's ruthless.
Oh my
Ruthless.
god. So while we were in Iowa, that happened. So the kids didn't get to meet Josh Gad. He had to leave.
Oh my goodness.
Oh dang.
But what I like to imagine though is like national, like they're at the tournament, the guy gets on the backpack and like some kind of like secret, service team has to protect Josh Gad, and it's like thousands of kids out there. No one cares about them. They're like,
but they care about the
gotta save Olaf.
the famous guy, of course.
You gotta save Olaf.
That's crazy. No, because I remember seeing that video and everybody was like,
there was a video?
what's going on?
Yeah. Because he got on stage and like I said, he had a backpack. He looked like weird, like his clothes were all tattered, and he goes, knock knock. And again, he's not supposed to be up there.
Right.
And, kids are like,
it's a random kid, Sadie. It's a random kid.
Oh, it's a random kid?
Yeah, he finds out he was like a kid who competed like a year before. Like he's like a first year out assistant coach. So he's like 18 years old.
Okay.
And he apparently was like high off his ass.
I was going to say, he's got to be under some kind of influence.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, and he got on stage and he goes, knock, knock. The kids go, who there? And then he like reaches in his backpack. And then like that's when the panic happened.
Yeah, because what do you think about? I mean, we live in America. Like you think,
and you gotta remember, like these are like these are kids who are still in high school, and like the kids. Like remember years ago there was that shooting in like Parkland, Florida, and those kids, a lot of those kids were speech and debate kids who like were activists. Like David Grogg, he did speech and debate in high school.
Really?
And matter of fact, that same year, because they planned out when we go to nationals like ahead of time. But that year we actually were in Fort Lauderdale, which wasn't far from Parkland. And so the Parkland survivors were at the national tournament, some of them competing, and then some of them were like, giving their stories about what happened. So, it's one of those things where, and I mean, still talking about debate, but like to be honest about the world we live in, the kids know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Any day could be that day.
I mean, this era, they grew up. Not tornado drills, like that was their drills.
Yeah,
no,
like,
for real.
That's crazy.
That's scary.
So I mean, like as much as I love that my team was lighthearted, I do think about that a lot. Where I'm like, what would I do in that situation?
Dang.
And I was like, man, I'm like, do my kids even listen to me enough? Like, if it was like a situation, do I have to be like, man, we might lose so and so because they don't want to pay attention when I say move,
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I throw myself in front of a bullet for any of those kids. Those kids are pretty. They're pretty.
Oh
they're pretty cool. So I think that's one of those things where I think I really appreciate being part of the speech and debate community. It's because I think one thing it's taught me a lot more is patience, especially working with young people, and you for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like. I worked with elementary school kids for about like 2 years or so with some after school programs.
Yeah.
And dude, I listened to Pumped Up Kicks. Like, and it was like right after the Uvalde shooting. And that was the first time I had worked with like elementary school kids.
Yes.
And I mean, it just hit me different where I was like, I've had high school kids for like a decade. So I'm like, I'm not that worried. But like elementary school kids, it hit me way different. Yeah.
Dang.
It's a whole different world. Yeah.
Sorry to get dark on y'all.
No.
It ain't dark because
that's crazy how it all ties together. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm like, wait, I did see that video. I'm like,
it literally does all tie in together. Oh, that's scary. It's a good thing y'all weren't there, like right there and present at the time it happened.
I had friends who were there, like coaches and stuff, and they talked about like, worried about their kids. I had one coach who said she had got knocked down. Like it was like a whole, wearisome for sure. Yeah, different times. You guys never had like gun things when y'all were in high school?
Not in high school or elementary. I mean, thankfully. I mean, like you said, we've had to do the drills and all that, so that was kind of like a known thing for us as kids, where we're like, always be prepared. But then I've like I've never had to experience.
Yeah,
it,
we
so.
did once.
A
Really?
union?
Yeah, my junior year. Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
it was dead ass during finals.
Really?
Oh, during finals.
Yeah,
too?
we had a bomb threat, and at the
Oh,
time, I had a
damn.
teacher named Mr. Crafton, and Crafton is still one of my favorite teachers I've ever had in my life. And he was a little old man. He was a Democrat, but like you couldn't tell. And he cracked us up because like we're taking our finals, and I think this was AP World History, and they're like, we're having an IOC drill, immediately go on lockdown. And Crafton, who's in his 60s at this time, was like, nah, they're BSing. They're bullshitting. Finish your finals. So we're like, okay. And you can hear like the sirens and all that shit. And we're like doing our finals. And Crafton's at the front of the classroom talking to it. Or like, just watching us.
Yeah.
And we're doing our finals. And then you just hear, and our classroom was on the corner of the hallway. And you hear, clear. And then you see 4 cops fully swatted out, big ass assault rifles, and they're like fully tacked out, and our classroom lights are still on. All students in desks still like doing shit.
What
and
the
Crafton looks out the hallway and he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and put down our pencils."
He was so serious.
We're gonna go into IOC form. And Crafton, again, old school guy, love him to death, goes, ladies, I want you all towards the back of the wall. Fellas, we're going to be in the front of the wall, in front of the ladies. If something happens and this man gets into this classroom, I expect every young man in here to fight like hell. And I'm standing there like, I'll fight for my homies, but like, I really don't like old girl over there. Like, I don't know if I want to say her shit. Like, she was kind of rude. She didn't give me the answers once. Like, no, I think I'm cool. But yeah, Crafton put us on, he finally did it. And then we all had to like evacuate the building and everything.
Wow.
And that was my junior year. And my homegirl, her name is Day, she was on the news crying. And we made it a meme.
Of course y'all would. Of course y'all freaking would.
Yeah, I remember we went to school the next day.
The trauma.
And the principals are like walking to classrooms and they're like, here's what happened, da 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 da. And apparently they said that the call came from Arkansas.
Oh,
And that's
about bomb threat?
Yeah, they like made a bomb threat. And Union had hella bomb threats. I don't know if you knew about
Really?
this.
I think it's coming back to me now. Now that
Yeah.
you've mentioned.
Yeah, I think it was like last year or the year before, there was like this librarian who was like, I'm not gonna ban books out of my library. And somebody on Twitter, like one of those like conservative like right wings, posted her, and people made like daily death threats to all the like Union area schools. So like
People
the
are
middle
crazy,
school-
bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, like it's a bad time for education, bro.
No, it
Yeah.
really is.
It's
It's crazy. It's scary. Sometimes I pray for my life every day. I'm like, well, you just never know. Anybody can walk in. We've had especially for where I work at, we've had that situation at the high school with the girl, in the bathroom.
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
That was like a scary time, even for
yeah.
elementary. Where like we would have like staff meeting every morning.
Because it was national. Like
national.
people were,
It was crazy, but. It's the world we live in,
Yeah.
and
scary.
Yeah, and I've worked in like so many different schools. Like the last school
Yeah.
I worked in full time, I worked at KIP, and we had students who were like, they had like rough home lives.
Yeah.
So we had like
Absolutely.
students like recently, and this is after I left, but like they had a student that got shot, had another student that got like it's just like a whole like thing, and you're like. Man, there's one thing about just teaching itself that
Yeah.
already has that burden,
Yep,
and then
yep.
to like pick up that backlog of
Yeah.
yes,
the
Yeah.
trauma at home.
it's
Oh,
a lot
man.
of
It's a lot.
It's a lot
So I'm
on
like,
mental
dang,
health.
educators. Ooh.
Yeah, no, that's why I like being in after school space. I just bring snacks and shit.
Yeah, play with them.
Yeah, bro. It's kind of
Chill.
like being the uncle of education.
Cool uncle, right? Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Uncle.
no, teaching full time was a tough one for me. And, and like just curious about you, and like not about like specifically Owasso or anything like that, but like, have you ever thought about like what would be like your end goal in education?
I don't know yet. I've talked about like possibly doing physical education just because I like to move around and stuff like that. Maybe like that or possibly counseling.
Ooh, I think
Yeah.
you'd be good at counseling.
I know, and I told Satana and Valerie
Yeah.
this before too. I was thinking about possibly counseling because like I really like to like talk to kids and like really like, especially the ones
Make them
that-
feel safe.
Make them feel safe, yeah,
Yeah.
and especially if they're going through like mental stuff as young as they are,
Yeah.
just to be like a guide for them. So I've thought about that. That's my end goal for now. But then I I don't know. I don't really see myself doing anything else, other than education. For now at least. Because to me, it's, it's really where my heart is. So.
And you, with you and Brian, both of y'all, like that's like a really, there's a thing. A friend sent this to me once and said, teachers are more likely to date other teachers.
Really?
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Bro, think about how many teachers that are probably married or dating someone else in education.
No, that's true. That's true. I've talked to a lot of like my co-teachers, and they're like their husband is also an educator, or like they're a coach or whatever. I'm like, oh, so it's like a dual thing, I guess.
Yeah, no.
I don't know, but he got into education a little bit after I did too. So I mean, he started with coaching, and then now he's still in the education realm. So but just working with kids in general. So
I think that's what it is, though. I think there's something about like people who work with kids, and I don't know about you, but I feel like when you don't have kids,
right,
it's something about like you feel like you're giving back. And so when you meet somebody else who works with kids, you're like, oh, I can tell you're a good, like, in theory, like, of course there's like some bad apples for sure, but for the most part, like, if I know someone works with kids, I have a higher trust of that person.
Yes, exactly, automatically.
The kids are kind of like pets, like they'll tell you. If, like, someone's a bad,
they will.
like I
no
remember,
filter.
I showed my kids a picture of a girl I was talking to once, like, because I got like high school, I got like teenage like girls that I coach, and they're like, Chaz, who are you talking to? Because the kids know too much about my personal life. It's hard being like a D-list Tulsa celebrity and teaching high school kids. Mr. Thunderwolf, damn well that's not what you call me.
Right.
So they saw a picture of a girl I was talking to once, and they were like, you should stop talking to her. Like, off the rip. I didn't even tell them a story about her yet. And they were like, we could just tell. And so, like, me and this girl went on a date, like, after that, and I started catching all the red flags.
Dang.
And I was like, yo.
My kids were right.
Kids were like, yo. And I remember going back to school, and they were like, yo, did you go out with that girl? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, how was it? And I told them, and they were like, especially, I'm telling you, bro, teenage girls will flame you. I got like four or five girls that I've coached that are seniors now. And they have been on my team either since 8th grade or freshman year.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, when I tell you that those 5 girls are like some of the meanest children. And you remember, like, I've had them since, like, they were like 13. Now they're going to be like, going to college next year. And I'm like, dude, you shouldn't, like, these last 5 years have low-key been hell for me. Can't wait till you're gone.
Well, Chaz, I mean, it was nice yapping with you and everything. I've learned so much.
I've learned so much.
Especially about debate. Like, I am so interested in it, dude. I'm probably going to go home and, like, start searching up, like, some videos. Like, just to see what it's really like.
I want my son to get into debate now.
I know, for real. You should.
There is elementary school debate. I don't know if Owasso's in it, but I know, like, all the TPS, most of the TPS schools have their own little program,
Wait, is that the thing that Oliver's in?
No, that's something different. Okay. It's similar. We have, like, academic bowls.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
It's kind of similar. It's like a little, like, starting to it. Okay, so we do this little session at the end of our
guest episodes
every time. So we're gonna do. It's like a little quick question thing.
It's called. Was it quick questions? Hot questions?
Something like that. So I'm gonna give you 2 options and you choose one.
Okay.
Without hesitation, just choose one.
Okay. Bet.
Well, I have a few. Do you have any? Think of something and I'll do 2. I'll do 2 and then you'll go.
Yeah.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee. Ooh. Tea. Because I forgot about sweet tea. I'm sorry. I forgot it from the South.
He from the South. I feel like I already know the answer to this one, but
okay.
Sneakers or cowboy boots?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a lot harder than you would think. Like, I'm a sneaker fan.
Okay.
But I would always choose boots over sneakers. Like, to wear. Like, yeah, like, I can tell you more about sneakers than I can about boots, but I will wear boots over sneakers.
Really?
More versatile.
True.
Yeah.
Rap or country?
Rap.
Really?
Easy.
You country boy.
Easy.
Of course.
That's always the assumption. People always go like, "Oh, you're country." I'm like, I live 10 minutes from downtown.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Like, I live 10. Like, I'm urban. Like, I mean, I'm urban. I know I'm rural, urban, but still, like, I'm like, I can see the BOK Tower from my porch.
Hey, literally, no, that's literally me. I'm like,
literally. Okay, well, if it's rap, then Kendrick or Drake?
Kendrick.
I know that's right. That's what I.
He's on the right side of history.
Easy, super easy.
Football or basketball?
Basketball.
High-end restaurant or hole in the wall?
Hole in the wall. I don't have that much
figured.
money. Yeah, hole in the wall as fuck.
Riding horses or stand-up comedy?
Ooh. Oh, that's actually really.
I know you love them horses.
You know what? I'll take horses.
I knew it.
I'll take horses.
I knew it.
Yeah.
That's a
If
good
I can
one.
stop doing stand up, I could just be Chaz again. I don't have any
Exact.
pressure, you know. I just be Chaz who rides a horse.
Out
There you
there
go.
taking care of his
Yeah.
horses.
Thunderwolf without horses kind of sucks. Like, he's just a normal guy. Yeah. Chaz with horses for sure. All right, so Tawny, got any for me?
I think I'll just leave it at that. Sadie had really
See.
good ones.
Because I was thinking about, I was waiting
I
for
know.
her earlier. I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna do some niche one, you know,
I know.
just
Those
for
are good.
you.
No, those were like really, really good questions.
Literally.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep up with your socials. Do you want to share your socials?
Yes, put it here.
Oh yeah,
We'll
my
put it.
long ass Instagram name. So
Underscore.
sorry. My name on Instagram is Apache APACHE _ Thunderwolf THUNDERWOF _18, and that's the best way to find me. I was 17 when I made it. I'm not.
It's all right.
It is what it is.
It's the original.
No, if you
And-
tap in APA, I pray, I hope I'm cool enough
To be the top.
to be a top, right?
For real.
Yeah, so follow me on Instagram. I do have a YouTube, but you'll find like my link tree in my bio. That's just the easiest way to see what I'm up to. I got a bunch of shows coming up. I got an album on the way with DJ No Name.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so super excited. We're gonna try to do some big city tours. We're working on a few kind of do like a local tour thing right now. We're trying to do shows. Or the big thing we want to do is the mixtape I'm working on is a bird watching mixtape. So like
Okay.
every song talks about birds. So we're trying to do like some work with that, and then we're trying to promote like smaller acts in Tulsa, and like give them the platform they really deserve, because we
Heck
have like
yeah.
a lot of cool artists in Tulsa.
Absolutely.
who,
Absolutely.
you know, like we talked about earlier, aren't like navigating that social media space, but they're definitely making an impact in like the real
Yeah.
world. So we want to like make sure that they get more impact as possible.
Well, Satana and I will hopefully come to one of your shows.
Oh,
Your
for
upcoming shows,
sure.
for sure.
Please, we should do like a 116 like Thunderwolf crossover, like a live show kind of thing or
Oh,
something.
heck yeah. That would
Yeah.
be pretty cool. We talked about live shows in the past
Yeah.
too, so
Kind of intimidating, but I think it'd be fun.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
I'll wear sweats.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll make
be
it all
comfy.
cozy, yeah.
We'll be
Comfy,
cozy, comfy, cozy.
Okay, and last thing,
Chill.
if I can leave it on this.
Yes.
If I was to say anything about being nervous about performing live, and this is just my little tidbit, and this is just me. I always say, like, and not disrespectful to like anyone who comes to watch me, appreciate it. But I always kind of say like, fuck who's watching, and just like, I want to have fun.
Yeah.
Like if I have fun,
Yeah.
people will know I'm having fun,
Yeah.
and that will kind of carry it. So
Yeah,
that's
true.
my last bit, my little gem to leave with you all.
That's a good
Is
point.
like, just have fun with whatever you do, and you don't have to worry about being perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank y'all so much
being
for
here
having
with us
me.
Thanks
today.
Thanks for being on. Truly, it
Yes.
was really a great
It's a fresh
learning
breath
lesson.
air.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm
for
sorry
sure.
we didn't talk more about your music and comedy, but debate.
got
I mean,
really
I was
debate.
I was really pulled into the debate. I was
I
like, what is this
know.
world?
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, no.
Crazy.
I love
Thank
it.
y'all.
As
As always, we upload an episode every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts, all at 116 Hotline. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow Chaz. And we'll see you guys next week for a new episode.
Bye.